You're chilling in the way of my video. Boop. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the woods. I hope we're all having a great day. Now, foraging, one of my favourite pastimes. It's an amazing hobby, great fun, and a great useful life skill to have. And I wish far more people got into it and appreciated the benefits of it and spending time in nature. Now, if you're looking to get into it, you've not really done much foraging before or any at all, here's a few simple rules to get you started and keep you safe when you're out there. Rule number 1. Always check 2 sources when trying to identify a plant. If it's a video, 2 separate videos, 2 separate books, whatever. Some plants can have very minute differences between that and a poisonous lookalike. So rule number 1, always check multiple sources and make sure you've positively identified it. Side rule I forgot to record when I was actually recording back there. Don't harvest more than what you need. Now, I'm very blessed to live in an area with lots of natural resources, but taking more than what you need hurts future growth. If there's other foragers in your area, it deprives them of the chance to harvest things. And, you know, be respectful of the ecosystem, take what you need, and don't be greedy. There's no need to cause unnecessary destruction, harvest tons of plants that you're not going to use. It's just completely unnecessary. Rule number 3, just because the species is edible does not mean that individual plant is edible. Environmental contamination, animal feces, chemical pesticides, runoff if you buy a roadway, all these things can contaminate a plant and make you very sick. So be aware, if you're foraging deep in the woods, you might not have to worry about chemical pesticides or anything, but just be aware of that. Make sure you properly inspect it. If you're picking whole handfuls of stuff, this happened to me, pick a whole handful of stuff and there's a load of bird feces in there, and then, yeah, not the best of times. There's a giant bee digging a hole, bro. Rule number 4, I think we're on now. Always check that a guide covers your geographical area, because the person who made that guide might not be where you're from, and there might be plants that grow near you that don't grow near them. This is particularly true with fungi. There might be fungi that grow in your area that don't grow in another area. The biggest example of this in the US is in Europe and the US we have the death cap, the Amanita phalloides, which they don't have in Asia, but they have a similar one in Asia called the paddy straw mushroom, which is edible. So a lot of Asian people in America get poisoned because they come over here and they pick the death cap thinking it's a paddy straw mushroom. So always check it specific to your area. And rule number 5, again, particularly applies to fungi, but if you want to be extra cautious, apply it to plants as well. When you first pick it, don't eat all of that sample. So if you've picked a mushroom, you take it home, cut it in half, eat half of it, or even less if it's a big mushroom. And then if you do have a reaction or you have mistakenly identified it, you then still have the other half, take it with you to the doctors, or they come to you if you need an ambulance if it's that bad, and then they'll have a way to identify it, see what you've actually taken, and they can then take appropriate action to deal with that. Why is it no matter how deep in the woods you are, there's always some trash somewhere? Well, thank you for watching up until this point, ladies and gentlemen. The purpose of this video was not to scare you or put you off. It was just to teach you some best practices, because I'm telling you it now, nothing will put you off more than getting food poisoning or eating the wrong plant. It's an amazing fun hobby to do, but there are dangers, and keep it in mind because I want you to enjoy this as much as I enjoy this. So I'm going to go and pick some mushrooms now. Have a great day and stay tuned for my next video. It'll be foraging plants in your own back garden, another great place to start if you're a beginner.